Hi, SolidWriter here, and this is my web development tutorial series. So in this tutorial series, I'm going to teach you everything I know about web development. This goes to HTML, JavaScript, PHP, MySQL, everything. So by the end of this tutorial series, you should be able to make any type of website you like. If you put in enough work and stuff, you can make a website like Facebook. You can make a social media website, any website you want. Okay, so with that said, the first step is learning HTML. So what is HTML? HTML is actually just a scripting language. It's not a real programming language. What it is basically it doesn't really deal with any logic or anything. It's the building blocks, and it shows how the website is designed. Here, I'll show you. So we can actually make an HTML website with our computer right now, just by creating a text file. So I can actually just right-click my desktop and create a new text document like this and say, my first website. Okay, and instead of .txt, I'll name it .html. And suddenly we have a website. Okay. And one thing I want you guys to do is I want you guys to go to your control panel, go to appearance and personalization, go to your folder options, go to view, the view tab, and right here on this checkbox where it says hide extensions for known file types, make sure that is unclicked. That's really helpful because it gets really confusing if you can't see the extension name of the file type of the file, because then you don't know what file type it is. You have to like click properties and stuff. It just gets confusing. So it's just nice to have that enabled so you can easily change the file type extension and see what it is. Okay, so right now if we click it, it's not going to do anything. Okay, it's just going to show us a blank page. So what we can do is we can add stuff to it. So I'm going to right click it and I'm going to open it. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to make it back to a text file to make it simple. So make it back to txt, change it, and I'm going to add some HTML to this. So the first thing you need to add is a doc tag. So a doc tag can look as easy as this. Okay, so that's a doc tag. So what is this? It basically tells the browser what type of HTML you're using. So it knows what rules to follow by. So this is just HTML5. So that's fine, we can leave it like that. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to create an HTML tag. And so what basically HTML is it's all tags. And a tag is anything between a greater than and less than sign. Okay, so anything in between here is a tag. And so we have the greater than and less than sign, and in here we have a tag name. So there's two types of tags. There's a beginning tag and there's an end tag. So doc tags, it's just a beginning tag and there's no end tag. But usually tags always have a beginning and end tag. So this is what a beginning tag would look like. Okay, and this is what an end tag would look like. The only difference is the end tag has a / at the end of it. And you have a beginning tag first and then an end tag. And anything between those tags is what the tag affects. It's what the tag controls. So right now, B, that's just a tag that says bold. So any text in here will be bolded. So we don't want that right now, actually. So the first thing we need to do is create an HTML tag. So we know that so we're telling the browser basically anything in between these HTML tags is going to be HTML. So the next thing we want to do is we want to create head and body tags. So every website, they have a head and they have a body. Okay. So the difference between the head and body is the head controls things that aren't directly visible on the page. So they control things like style sheets, which I'll teach you later, references to JavaScript. They can take care of keywords, things like that, things that are sort of like more behind the scenes. Inside the body tag, we put our actual content. So these are things like pictures, images, paragraphs, things like that. So I'm going to add a paragraph by making a tag with the name P, a beginning tag with the name P, and an end tag with the name P. Okay. And another thing about HTML is white space insensitive. So what a white space is basically a tab, spaces, things like that. New lines, those are all white spaces. They don't have, it's not, yeah, it's all, yeah, that's what a white space is. So basically, no matter how many you have, it doesn't affect HTML. It only reads like one space at a time or one new line. So just be aware of that. So I created a paragraph tag right here. So I'm saying anything in between here is going to be my paragraph. So I'm going to say this is a new paragraph, okay? And end it there. There we go. I'm going to hit File, Save, or Control S, close it. I'm going to rename it to myfirstwebsite.html. Say yes to change it, double click it. And here we go, that's our first website. It says this is a new paragraph with the H capitalized. So that's the basics of HTML. Obviously there's a lot more to it than this, and we'll go over those in the next tutorials. So hopefully you'll stick with this series because you'll get a lot out of it. Please subscribe, please leave a like rating, please favorite it. If you do all those things, it'll encourage me to finish and continue the series. So please do those things. Okay, thank you, and hopefully I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.